Patrick Findaro here, co-founder at Vetted Biz. Excited to share our franchise analysis on Woof Gang Bakery, also known as just simply Woof Gang, a pet franchise that's been around for quite some time. And they've been adding 10, 15, 20 units a year over the past few years. But they've had a change in ownership, a change in management, and it looks like they're really looking to expand throughout the United States and grow. So I first heard about Woof Gang through our sister company, Visa Franchise. They've had a lot of foreign nationals that have invested in a Woof Gang franchise to get a US investor visa, specifically through the E2 investor visa program and the state of Florida. So it's been on our radar. It seemed like an attractive business when I looked at it for the first time back in 2017. And then it reemerged with their change in management. It was bought by Garnet Station Partners, as well as they brought in former executives from Restaurant Brands International to really lead the expansion of their franchise throughout the United States and really take their unit count to have it go way up from 150, 160 units to hundreds of units, if not thousands of units in the coming years. So Woof Gang Franchise is a top specialty retailer of pet food, pet supplies, professional pet grooming in the US. As of the end of 2021, they had 139 locations. They've already started to open up quite a lot in 2022. And they're competing with other big contenders like Pet Supply Plus, Camp Bow Wow. However, none of these franchise brands have more than 5% of the market share. It's a really fragmented market, and the industry brings in quite a lot of money, $8.4 billion in revenue, with profits between those participants of nearly $1 billion. They compete with other big players like Walmart, Petco, PetSmart. The initial franchise fee, if you're looking to get into Woof Gangs, $49,900, say round up to $50K. It's going to set you back about $155,000 to $280,000. So it's a franchise you can get in for most parts of the country around $200,000. They have a few requirements. You got to have a passion for people and pets. You got to follow their training operational standards. They want you to operate a store in your area and not be, fully absentee and have a location that's across the country, and a net worth of $500,000, $500,000, as well as liquidity of $150,000. Royalty, 7%, pretty standard for this industry, and then national marketing fee of 2%. The average store revenue is $55K a month, and it keeps going up. Not bad. Average unit volume, $665,000. When you look at an entry level of just $200,000 or even less, $155,000, the sales to investment amounts nearly 3x, if not more, depending on how much you invest to get into Woof Gang. So with, say, a 15% profit margin, you should be earning about $100,000. And that includes the cost to have a day-to-day manager in your store. And you really have the ability as a Woof Gang franchisee to scale up and open multiple locations, which you have a few other pets concepts like Pet Supply Plus that there's enough margin for the manager not to be involved day to day. But there's a lot of pet concepts that the margin's not there. So you're going to see the owner there every day working 50, 60 hours a week and not making so much money in terms of take-home pay. Now, say after 5 years, 7 years, you want to sell your Woof Gangs based on the industry multiple. You say you have sales of $660K. You could sell that business for about $336,000. So if you invested $200K and you net $135,000 off the sell, that's not bad, especially as you should have been making about $100,000 per year as you operated that business for a 5-year, 7-year period. If you own now 3, 5, 7 Woof Gang bakeries, the valuation's gonna go up, and where I said 0.55 times the AUV, it's going to be looking more at the EBITDA, the operating profit of the business. And it could be like 7x the operating profit, where, if you invested $1 million to open up 5 Woof Gangs, you could potentially make $3 million when you go to sell that business in year 6 or year 7. So the more locations you have, like most franchise concepts, you're going to be able to have a bigger payday in the future if all goes as planned when you sell that business. The company has been growing steadily. As I mentioned, change of ownership and management. It looks like it's on a fast track growth trajectory where they grew from 97 to 139 locations, 43% growth from 2018, the end of 2018 to the end of 2021. but it looks like they're going to be adding a lot of locations in the coming years, growing with existing franchisees as well as new franchisees entering into the system. So with Woof Gang, you have the option to be part of an industry that's not dying anytime soon. Pet ownership blew up during the pandemic. I can't leave my apartment at Miami Beach without seeing, at least 5 dogs. It's really blown up in the United States since the pandemic. You got my dog there. She's included in that count. It's an industry that's booming. It's a fun industry to be in. Not as complex as other high income industries like senior care, for example, which we did a recent video on. And then during the last couple of years, there's been a lot of disposable income with COVID, PPP, and all different types of benefits, and people just saving money, not traveling as much, not eating out, where disposable income's gone up quite a bit. So payback between 2.5 to 4 years is pretty good, especially when you also have that expense of a day-to-day manager in place. So most franchises that we see with a payback under 4 years assume that you as a franchise owner is going to be working 30, 40, 50 hours a week to get that payback on your investment in 3 years, 4 years. If you're looking to investigate Woof Gang further, definitely check out our profile. You can visit their website as well. We have a link in the Vetted Biz profile on Woof Gang. And we also encourage you to benchmark them, look at other franchises in the pet care space, so you don't just look at one franchise opportunity, and vet the information, check the information with Woof Gang franchisees to see if this is an opportunity that you could see yourself investing in.